everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today. There's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Palmer's Cardinals going up against Wilson Seahawks. With that, let's get you up to Seattle. We're standing by are our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now a play fake here on first down. It's complete to Jerron Brown. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Now Palmer over the middle here to Brown. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And there they went crossing route against his own defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Now Palmer to throw on second down. Caught by Nelson left side. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal. And a look at Seattle's defense.
Michael Bennett's one of the best pass-rushing defensive linemen in the game. Normally plays defensive end, but when they go to those nickel packages and he works inside, look out, offensive guards. You've got a problem.
To Johnson again. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
Brandon, now we find out what their definition of commitment is. They've run it on the first 2 plays. Do they come back and do it again? They're that much closer to getting into the end zone.
Yeah, inching closer and really knocking on the door now. On third and goal, Palmer. That's caught at the 1. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And it appears they'll go for it here on fourth down. A big call on the game's opening drive. Fourth down. Here's Palmer. And that'll be caught by Gresham for a Cardinal touchdown. Jermaine Gresham there to make the grab. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is right through. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Throwing is Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Calais Campbell able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. It's caught outright by Graham. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And the Cardinals, they trot out their dime package for 3rd down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Complete. Richardson has it. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They're never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
7-19! 7-19! Here we go!
Palmer now off the bootleg. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Palmer will throw. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me that during...
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson punching it in from a yard away. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect. And this remains a 13-0 game. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. You know, Charles, for Graham, so much concern early in the season about whether he'd be ready to play this year, what would happen recovering from the tendon. Not only was he ready, he played every game this season for Seattle.
And it wasn't just the injury concern with Jimmy Graham. It's how Seattle runs their offense. Remember, when he was in New Orleans, he could expect a ton of passes to come his way. But in Seattle, that number was going to be reduced. Would he be able to maximize what they were going to throw in his direction? And he certainly did this year, 65 catches.
65 catches, just shy of 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, too. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it'll give the Seahawks a 1st down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
2nd down now after the incompletion. In the slot on the right is Graham. 2nd and 10 now. Wilson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on it.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jimmy Graham from 6 yards away. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the...
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Buying time to his left. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, Wilson. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll get it here. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing is Wilson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And it's a Seattle Seahawks touchdown.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
And they will line up now for the 2-point try. Wilson going to throw for it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kevin Minter. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Hauschka to send this one away following the score. Now it's Ellington to return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
On second down, here's Palmer. It's complete to Brown, right side. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
Palmer will throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning. It looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And his pass incomplete. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this.
Let's go, let's go.
Play action. It's Palmer. He's got time in the pocket. He gets it to Brown, complete. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Strength throwing the football downfield has never been an issue for this big guy. I still remember the first time I met him. He was playing for USC, and when I got introduced to him, I thought I was meeting their starting tight end, not their starting quarterback.
Such a presence, Carson Palmer.
Very much so. He's had it ever since he entered campus there and still has it today. Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Now Palmer. This will be caught just inside the 10. That catch good for 5. It's third down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
51 to fight, boy, 51. Check 50, check 50.
On first and 10, it's Wilson being chased out left. And that catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. A big play there just before halftime. 69 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's caught at the 3. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out here in the I. And Give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Hey, give him credit. That's a good, solid game there on the sneak because it all comes together. Enough space, get forward, gain yardage. Well done.
And now here's a sneak. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Throwing is Wilson.